It's 2021 and you're probably thinking about making a move. Should you buy a home this year? Is this the year to move from being a renter to being a homeowner? In today's lesson, that's what we're going to talk about and the questions that you should be asking to see if you're ready. Hey, it's Robert Weinberg, and on this channel we empower people to take control of their futures through expert mortgage and financial strategies. We're going to be answering the question in this lesson, should I buy a home in 2021? And if you're watching this video, you're probably renting a home right now and wondering if you should make that move from being a renter to a homeowner. So there's some things to consider. The first thing is, are you financially ready? Are your finances in order? And there's a few different things that we're talking about around finance. Number one, your credit score. Before the pandemic, you could get a loan approved even down into the high 500s. Now, really the minimum credit score in most loan programs is going to be 620 to 640. If your credit's lower than that, you might be able to squeak through, but it's going to be a difficult process. And almost all the loan programs, again, now have a minimum credit score of 620 to 640. So you're going to want to make sure your credit is in line and at least at those minimal levels. Number two is debt levels. Just because you have student loan debt or credit card debt doesn't mean that you can't get a mortgage, but that debt will be counted against you. So in an ideal scenario, you want to have your debt paid down to the best of your ability. Check with your mortgage advisor to see if you can get approved right away, or if you need to actually pay down some of that debt in order to get in position to be able to afford a home. Income stability. A lot of people over the last 12 months have changed careers or jobs. Their income's fluctuated due to hours changing, things of that nature. So underwriters are looking for income stability, whether you have a W-2 job or you own a business. If you are unemployed right now or in between jobs and that sort of thing, you're probably not going to have the stability that is needed in order to get approved for a mortgage. And last but not least is down payment and closing funds. So there's two camps of people on this, and both are incorrect. One of them thinks that you don't need any money to buy a home and that they are just giving away properties and you don't need really any money to come up with, and that's really incorrect in almost all cases. The other camp thinks that you need 20% down or more to buy a home, and that's also incorrect. The real answer to this is that for most loan programs, you can get in with as little as 3 to 3.5% down. Whether you're a first-time buyer or second-time buyer, you can go ahead and get a loan with a low down payment using some of these programs your mortgage advisor can show you. At the same time, it's 3.5% down or 3% down plus closing costs. And a lot of people don't factor in the closing costs, which can be another 3 to 5% of the price of the home, depending on where you're actually buying a home as far as what city and state. The other thing to be mindful of is that homes have maintenance expenses. You don't want to tap every dollar you've got, so when a hot water heater breaks, you have to put it on a credit card. You want to make sure you're financially prepared, not only to pay for the down payment and closing, but also have a little money in reserve so that when those unforeseen things come up that are part of being a homeowner, you don't have to strap yourself financially. You don't need to go into debt. So these are the things that you want to look at to make sure that you're at least on the track to be ready to buy a property. Are you somebody that needs a different type of property? The things that you want to look at here are, maybe you're in an apartment and you need to move to a single family home. Maybe you have a 2-bedroom apartment and you need a 3-bedroom. Or maybe you're in a single family home rental right now and you want to buy a multifamily, a 2 or 3 unit property where you can live in one unit and you can rent the others out and become a landlord and have the tenants pay your mortgage. So that's something to consider. And also location. A lot of people now are working from home that weren't able to before. So you may be in an expensive city or an expensive area, and you can move now 30 minutes or an hour away because you're working more from home or completely from home. So you can change the location of where you're working and make it more financially feasible for you, make it more affordable for you. If those are the cases, that's something that lends itself to looking at purchasing a property in the near future. Now, interest rates are very close to the historical low levels. And what that means to you as a home buyer is that your mortgage payment is going to be lower because your interest rate is less. So even though home prices have gone up quite a bit in most areas over the last 9 to 12 months, you're still in a better position now financially, even though you're paying more on the price level because your mortgage payment is the same or less at the lower price. Again, that's because of better affordability, which has come about with the lower interest rates. What's going to happen with the interest rates? Well, they really can't go down much more, so they're definitely going to be more towards the uptrend in 2021. The sooner that you can get into a mortgage commitment and get your property under contract, the sooner you're going to be able to lock your rate in at these historical low levels. Nobody's got a crystal ball, and we don't know what's going to happen in 6 months, a year, or several years, but we do know that right now in 2021, the interest rates are at those really low levels, and it's a great time to take advantage. Because of the pandemic and COVID, there's very limited inventory of properties, which has been lending itself to these prices going up, 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 because there's few houses and there's a lot of buyers. It's simple supply and demand. But the thing is, these upward pressure on prices, it looks like is going to continue, because the situation is there's not a lot of people that are excited to put their house on the market in the middle of the pandemic here. Okay, that could change down the line, but for the foreseeable future, there's very limited inventory, which is going to continue these prices escalating. One area that I work near my office has seen a 20% increase just over the last 12 months in home prices. And that increase is not sustainable. It's not going to continue to be 20%, but it may be another 3 to 5% this year, and then another 5 to 10% next year. So by getting in now and buying a property sooner than later, you can capture the current price instead of what the price will be when there's been additional appreciation down the line. And like I said a minute ago, who knows what the interest rates will be at that point? Your mortgage could be a lot higher. So really what you want to do, if this is resonating with you, is you want to get in touch with a mortgage advisor. You want to do a pre-approval consultation as soon as you can to see how much you can afford, and make sure that the amount you can afford fits within the price range of properties that you're looking at with your real estate agent or online. So what that entails is getting a referral or looking online for a mortgage advisor that's got a good reputation, that's got really good reviews and a lot of experience to be able to help you. If you don't know of someone, talk to a friend or family member that's gone through the mortgage process. They might be able to refer you, or better yet, go online. You can look on Yelp, you can look on Google or Facebook, find somebody local that's got those great reviews. That usually is going to be a good indication of what their reputation is and what you can expect through the home buying process. It can be stressful, but with an expert mortgage advisor and their team by your side to help you through the process, they can hold your hand and make sure that the process is as streamlined as possible. If I can be of assistance to you, I'm located and licensed in Connecticut, and I'm also licensed in Massachusetts and Florida. So if you're looking at buying a home in any of those 3 states, feel free to reach out to me via call, text, or private message. If it's your first time watching us here, go ahead and hit the bell and also hit subscribe. By doing that, you'll get notified on all of our future content. Hope that helps. Happy New Year, and take care.